make sure you guys check out www.procivic.com for all your 9th gen and Civic needs. And also make sure you guys check out www.blinkingbrakelights.com for blinking brake light tail bulbs, which can help you better be seen and safe out in traffic. Use the code GOT10 at checkout for 10% off. Crank the AC a little bit. Gotta be careful, man, because, man, last time I left work, man, I almost got hit by some freaking coworker, and I was about to flip a bitch on. Anyways, guys, this is your boy, God of Maliga, and today we're gonna be talking about the newest movie in the Fast saga, The Fate of the Furious. Now, just so you guys know, as a heads up, there will be some spoilers in this video, so if you haven't watched this movie yet, click away from this video, check out my channel, check out my other content, and once you watch this movie, come on back so we can start this discussion. For those of you who have watched The Fate of the Furious, it kept me on the edge of my seat. And I really liked the movie, but the movie really didn't feel the same without Paul. I went on opening night to go watch The Fate of the Furious. I really wasn't expecting much, simply because I was like, Fast and Furious is already moving away from the car scene. They're more into this whole actions, heist sort of deal, which is, in my opinion, it's pretty lame because it's kind of like relating towards YouTubers nowadays, straying away from their roots. It kind of relates to that almost. But regardless, I'm a big Fast and Furious fan, so I went out to go watch the movie, and the first thing that I seen in this movie was the beginning sequence with some races in Cuba. That was sick, even though it was a little unrealistic, but I cannot complain because it was a racing scene, and it really paid a tribute to Paul Walker, because a lot of the lines that Paul used in the first Fast and Furious movie was used in this scene, which was a little emotional for a lot of us hardcore fans. So that was pretty cool. Didn't know how Dom's fire-engulfed car managed to still limp about maybe half a mile down to the finish line, but, you know, I don't know, man. Movie producers, they work their magic. I just sit here and I watch. So I gotta get ready to launch the car here because this yield is absolutely dangerous. And so back to this whole movie situation. So Dom wins the race. He wins the car, but he gives the car back, whatever. He gets to do his respect, whatever. And then when he's on the way back home, he runs into Cypher, which is like the chick that's like, you know, trying to get him to go rogue and things like that. At first, the audience doesn't know what's going on, but then we later come to find out the reason why Dom is, you know, going rogue and going against his own team and things like that. And then there was a scene where they try to gain the EMP machine or whatever, and it was pretty freaking cool because the Dodge Demon was finally, you know, presented in the film, which is really cool. I personally like Dodge products, so when I saw the Dodge Demon being unveiled in this movie, I was like, dude, that is so sick that they actually put the Dodge Demon in this film. So that was really cool. But then that's when we find out that's when Dom goes rogue and things like that. The team tries to figure out, you know, why they go rogue. And there was a lot of like comedic relief in this movie, which I think was much needed because there was a lot of seriousness behind these films, especially with the emotional connection that we as the enthusiasts had towards Paul Walker. There was a lot of comedic relief when Hobbs went to the jail after that whole sequence, and he met Jason Statham, which would be Deckard Shaw, which is pretty freaking sick because they kept going at it back and forth with each other. And once the jailbreak scene happened, it was so awesome seeing, you know, Hobbs and Deckard Shaw like go at it with all these people and just do all of that whole action sequence was pretty badass, I can't admit. And then afterwards they ended up working together, so that was, you know, that was another thing that kind of, you know, it was to be expected because we saw it in the trailers, etc. I'm gonna spoil the whole entire movie for y'all, but basically I'm just gonna run down to the whole basics of the film. So we later come to find out that the reason why Dom went rogue is because he has a son, and the son is actually through him and Elena. And here's one part I never really quite understood. Elena got pregnant with Dom's son, I can presumably assume in Brazil, in Rio. In the 7th film, they fell off like a 30-story building. She fell off a 30-story building, and Hobbs broke her fall. If she was pregnant at the time, I am pretty damn sure she would have lost a baby with that impact. Just saying. So we find out that she was pregnant and she had Dom's child, and Cypher is basically, she's blackmailing Dom into going rogue. Otherwise, she'd end up killing his son, and that's why he goes absolutely ballistic. Like, he goes insane. So that kept me on the seat. I like thrillers. I really do like thrillers, and that part kept me on my seat because I wanted more. I wanted to find out more information. And then we later come to find out that, you know, that Dom was like doing the best that he could to like work his way around it. But in the audience's mind, we were just like, dude, there's no way he's gonna get away with this. There's no way he's gonna break free from Cypher, and there's just no way he's gonna be able to retrieve his son back. But, you know, typical movie, you know, he eventually does get that done, right? But without Elena actually having her life taken from her, which for me was some coward bullshit. Okay, that was when that dude shot her, I was like, dude, I'm about to kill somebody. Like, I was mad for Dom at the moment, and that's why I really kind of like this movie, because I felt emotionally connected with this movie, especially with like the anger and like the passion that I feel towards, you know, being in the moment. Like, when you're really into a movie, you feel like you're there. By far, The Fate of the Furious definitely had that aspect of drawing you in and making sure that you're a part of it, which is something I also really liked. So, I mean, you practically already know the cliche from here. You know, Dom figures out a way to get around Cypher, and then he rescues his son, gets back with his team, blah, 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 blah. Now, what is the general verdict of this movie, in my opinion? Well, look, it was a great movie. I will rate it a solid 7 out of 10. And the reason why I don't rate it any higher is because I come from the grassroots Fast and Furious fans, okay? So, like, I am all about the street racing. I'm all about the cars. I'm all about that sort of action. I'm not too big into that whole heist situation. I don't really like the way that they steered into the more heist sort of genre, and kind of went away from the street racing genre. Just my personal opinion and my 2 cents there. But overall, the movie as a whole, I kind of have to treat it as not as a Fast and Furious film, but just a film in general, because we didn't have Paul Walker. I understood that. So I kind of took this whole movie with a grain of salt and sort of said, you know what? Let's start from zero. Basically, this would be the first movie out without Paul Walker. So basically, it's an entire new film for me. And with that being said, it was a pretty good film. I'm not gonna lie. So, a solid 7 out of 10 in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about The Fate of the Furious down below. Personally, I thought it was a great movie. Could have done a lot better in some areas. There was a lot of holes in that movie that I also do not want to spoil, but there's a lot of holes that were left. And I think, if I recall correctly, they were going to make a 9th installment. And once they do, I hope they do answer and those puzzle pieces for us to really make everything add up together. The Fast and Furious saga as a whole, you know, the saga was genius in my opinion. The way they did it they didn't do it in chronological order. They kept the audience there. I thought that was genius. But the fact that they steered away from the street racing aspect is sort of kind of dumb. But still, great film anyways. If you haven't watched it and you were stubborn enough to watch this whole video, please, I advise you guys to go watch it. It's a great film. I'm sure that a lot of you thriller enthusiasts will also enjoy this movie as well, even if you've never seen a Fast and Furious film in your life. But still, really good film. Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson in this film, I believe, were the best actors by far. Dominic Toretto, he was there, but he wasn't there, in my opinion. I think that's mostly because of his emotional connection with Paul in real life, and I think that's what kind of held him back in terms of the whole acting aspect of it. But Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham played their parts like to the T. Freaking awesome. Loved it. So I highly suggest, if you haven't already watched it, to go out and watch it. Let me know what you guys think. If you did watch the movie, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, and things of that nature. I'd love to have discussions with you guys down in the comment section. You guys already know that. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you enjoy my content, subscribe to my channel. If you would like to follow up with my daily shenanigans that I do kind of on a daily basis, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. That's going to be down in the description below. And this has been your boy, God of Maliga, and I'm out. Peace.